It doesn't matter how many tips and tricks I put in my videos for you to watch, as long as you don't have consistency in your beneficial routine. I mean, I could put hot girls and guys as my character instead of the potato, which I'm not gonna call he or she because it's 2023 and everybody's crazy. But even then you couldn't do it because again you have lack of consistency, and this time it's not about the power of will, it's about things that power of will is made of. I'm not a fan of power of will, at least not alone. There are so many things that can alter the power of will that you can't talk about it without mentioning them. I mean, there are some people that have amazing amounts of power of will, but it's not the case when it comes to the majority of people. And by saying that, I don't mean the majority of people can reach their goals. I just mean that they have to pick different paths in order to reach them. So today I want to share with you some strategies that have personally helped me stay on track and achieve my goals. So let's dive right in. Tip number 1 is not to rely on loose handles. Whether it's a gym buddy or a really far away achievement, they are either far away or not present. If an action is not fun enough for you to do it on your own, it's either really not that important or you haven't understand the importance yet. Tip number 2 is to set specific goals. When I first started my journey towards consistency, I realized the importance of having clear and well-defined goals. It gave me a sense of direction and purpose. This way, I had specific targets to work towards, which kept me motivated and focused. And of course, do not set your goals as if you're a Marvel character. As highly as we want to be like them, they do not exist. Tip number 3 is to create a routine. At least in my idea, establishing a routine won't happen suddenly. It takes the most energy and effort to have a real schedule and to consistently follow it. To have a routine the easy way, I prefer to fix one thing at a time. Like if a gym routine is too much for me, I'll start with something smaller like having lunch at the same time every day and keeping it at least for 3 or more months before I add another routine. It will slowly change the way my brain works and help me with organizing my life more and more. Tip number 4 is to start small. As I mentioned earlier, one of the mistakes I made at first was setting unrealistic expectation for myself. I realized that it's better to start small and gradually increase the difficulty or intensity. By setting achievable targets, I built up confidence and momentum over time. Small wins eventually led to big accomplishment. I know it's really tempting to have big expectation of yourself, especially when you win the first or second round, but believe me, there will be failure too. So don't push yourself or raise the bar so much, because that will lead to disappointment. Tip number 5 is to track your progress. Keeping a record of my activities and progress was incredibly motivating. Seeing my progress visually helped me stay accountable and celebrate my accomplishment along the way. I mean, it's really easy to forget when you even start going to the gym, let alone remembering weights and sets and how many days you went to the gym last week. So yeah, it would be much helpful. Tip number 7 is to use reminders. I utilize technology to set reminders, alarms, and notifications that prompt me to engage in the activities I want to be consistent with. I also place visual cues or triggers in my environment, such as sticky notes or motivational quotes, to remind me of my commitment. These reminders kept me focused and prevented me from slipping into old habits. And the most important tip, number 7, is to embrace flexibility. Life can be unpredictable, and I quickly realized that maintaining consistency doesn't mean being rigid and inflexible. It's important to be adaptable and adjust when necessary. If I miss a day or deviate from my routine, I didn't beat myself up. Instead, I refocused and got back on track as soon as possible, understanding that setbacks are a natural part of the journey. In conclusion, consistency is a skill that requires practice and perseverance. These strategies have helped me develop greater consistency in various areas of my life. I hope they resonate with you and inspire you to take action towards achieving your own goals. Remember, consistency is the key to unlocking your full potential. And as always, thanks for watching.